Hello, this is Dr. Gaile Robredo-Vitas and you are watching part 2 of the sunscreen series, which is all about the practical side of sunscreen use and application. So in the first part, we talked about the more technical stuff like what SPF is, what rating is there that measures protection from UVA, etc. This one, it's going to be more about application. Equally important is knowing what sunscreen to use and how to properly use it. Because it doesn't matter how great your sunscreen product is, kung hindi mo naman ginagamit, it doesn't have any effect. I use sunscreen every day. So contrary to what I used to believe before, that is only using sunscreens when you're outdoors, I tell all my patients to use sunscreen all the time, every day, even when they're indoors. And hindi lang during summer important maglagay ng sunscreen. Remember, the sun emits UV rays all year round, and even on cloudy or overcast days, 80% of the UV rays can still penetrate your skin. And also, snow, sand, and water can even increase the need for sun protection because they reflect UV rays onto your skin. At saka pag winter or pag malamig, you're tempted to actually bask under the sun to warm yourself up and you don't feel the heat kasi it's cold. Now, which formulations are best suited for your skin type? Cream formulations are best used on the face and neck and for individuals with dry skin like myself. For those with oily and acne-prone skin, you might want to look for gel-based sunscreens or those that are lightweight and even water-based. Gels are also good for application on hair-bearing areas such as your scalp. You might have seen those stick sunscreens or sunscreen sticks. They are advisable to be applied on areas with thin skin like under the eyes. The sprays are very common. I prefer using them on my kids and on the body because they're easier to apply. When using sprays, I would recommend that you don't spray it directly on the person. Spray it on your palms, rub, and then apply. Make sure that you don't inhale these sprays and avoid using them near heat or open flame or near someone who is smoking. So how do I apply my sunscreens? After my basic morning routine of cleansing and moisturizing with either my antioxidants or my peptides, I start to apply my sunscreen in layers. So depending on my activities for the day, my first layer can be just plain sunscreen or tinted sunscreen or a primer with SPF, which I apply generously all over my face and neck, including my ears, back of the neck, and my hands. It is then followed by my choice of foundation with SPF, which I apply using a foundation brush or in this case, a beauty blender. It helps to layer because I don't have to apply too much of the product and it doesn't feel so thick. I touch up with either a compact with SPF or a tinted sunscreen throughout the day when I'm outdoors, every 2 to 3 hours. Now we go to the frequently asked questions regarding sunscreens. Number 1, can I use sunscreens on my kids? Of course you can. My kids love outdoor activities and I make sure they use physical sunscreens because these are less irritating and unlikely to cause allergies. Sunscreens, though, are not recommended for babies less than 6 months old. When outdoors, keep them in the shade and make them wear protective clothing. Can I use my body sunscreen for my face and vice versa? There is no real difference between a face and body sunscreen in terms of sun protection. Some are even made to be used for both. Body formulations usually come in sprays, oils, or lotion forms that are easier to apply over large areas, while those for the face are usually cream-based. The face is more prone to clogged pores and irritation when thicker, greasy variants are used, so I personally prefer lightweight, non-greasy formulations as well as those that can act as a primer for my makeup or foundation. As an added protection for my face and body, I also take oral sunscreen. Last question. I have a sunscreen that I used last summer. Can I use it again this year? Most sunscreens retain their efficacy for up to 3 years. If your sunscreens contain an expiration date and it's way past that, then that means you can't use it anymore. But kung di mo maalala when you opened it or when you bought it and there's no expiration date, you can actually look at the color and consistency of the product. Kung medyo off na siya, then it means it's not good enough and it won't protect you anymore. At the end of the day, the best sunscreen is something that you will use. So make sure that the ones that you pick. And I say the ones because I personally have a lot. I have a sunscreen that I use when I go to the beach, when I travel, when my skin is dry, before I put on makeup. I have a compact SPF, and all of them should be something that you will be willing to put on all the time. And again, like what I said in my first video, sunscreens aren't the only thing that can protect us from the harmful UV rays of the sun. You can always also wear protective clothing, seek shade, use wide brim hats, sunglasses, and even your UV umbrellas. With that, I end the part 2 of this sunscreen series. I hope that you were able to learn a lot. If there's anything that I failed to discuss and you want me to answer, please feel free to comment below or send me a message. And again, if you like this, as with all the other videos, my request, please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. I will see you again next time. Bye!